this is Russ. Yeah, I'm back in the car again. Yeah, it's kind of cold today. What's the temperature? Oh, about 25 degrees. Yeah, a little chilly in here. Yeah, did you guys watch the Super Bowl? I watched the entire thing. I usually am not a big fan of watching football or any other sport for that matter. I'm not really a big sports fan. But I usually do watch the Super Bowl. There's a couple reasons for that. First off, everyone always talks about the Super Bowl afterwards. And if you don't watch it, then you don't know what anyone's talking about, right? So I watch it for that. And I want to see who wins the championship, of course. And then I always look at the commercials, too, to see if there's any interesting commercials. Some commercials are funny. Others, I don't get. But I'll say this. Football games are so long. They're really long. Yeah, it's only 1 hour long. Yeah, but they keep stopping the clock, right? So that 1 hour drags into about 4 hours or so. So, yeah, Mrs. Wright is always saying, when is this thing over? It's not even close. She goes, is it halftime yet? No, not even close, So, yeah, actually, it was an interesting game. I was expecting the Chiefs to do better than they did, although they did catch up at the tail end. But there was no way they were going to catch up and win the game. I mean, we already knew that before even halftime. I mean, I don't know. It was, I don't know who to blame. There's always somebody you got to blame, right? Well, I don't think Kelsey even got more than, 2 passes thrown to him or something like that. I mean, it was really, he was barely even in the game, if you think about it. And then the quarterback was sacked so many times that I was like, well, where's their defense? But cars are moving slow. But yeah, it's that was interesting. Halftime show. Did I like the halftime show? Actually, I didn't. No, I did not. I couldn't understand anything the guy was saying. First off, I'm not much of a rap person, and so when they speak so fast, I can barely understand them. Mrs. Wright was watching. She goes, "I don't get any of it." I tend to agree. I couldn't understand anything what was going on. So I didn't. What I thought was good was choreography was really good. There was a lot of coordinated type dancing and things going on, and I'm sure it takes a lot of time and effort to put something like that together. So kudos to him for that. But I didn't enjoy the show as much as I had hoped as far as a halftime show is concerned. So overall, I was a little disappointed. Who was I rooting for? Nobody. It didn't really matter. Either team winning would have been fine for me. I just wanted a close game. That's really all I wanted. And after up to the halftime point, I was like, this isn't even close. I mean, what's going on? And then, of course, they kept pulling out even further. And so, Chiefs didn't have a chance at that point. Although they made a valiant effort in the last 5 minutes or so of the game. That was a great catch, by the way, for a touchdown. And then they tried, the 2-point rather than a single field goal, for the extra point to get 2 points. Didn't make it on the first time they tried that, but they at least made it on the second one, so that was good. Or did they make it on 2 of them? I don't know. I mean, they needed to try to get extra points as much as they could. They were so far behind. But they just wanted to at least get out of there and not feel like, they were just creamed. What was the final score? Like 40-22? Is that the final score? Something like that? Yeah. Oh, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? There's always next year, as they say, right? So, I'm headed to the post office. I have a couple of pieces of mail to mail, and I'm going to go inside to mail it because people have said don't leave it in the outdoor drop-off boxes. People can take that, wash your checks, write in their own amounts and payee type information and then steal your money. So yeah, I'll go inside, drop it off, then I'll come back out and continue our conversations. But I don't really go to the post office that much other than for certain things. The city bill for water and electricity, what was it, not electricity, water and trash and that type of thing. I pay that by mail. I will usually pay our lawn cutting service guy by mail. And then I have another one. What else is going out there today? Let me take a look at the mail here. This one is going to car sticker renewal. Yeah, you can pay that online, but they have a convenience fee. You know what that is? Yeah, they're charging you for the credit card fee. I was going to go to the post office anyway, so why would I pay the credit card fee? I figured, okay, I'll just pay for a stamp and an envelope and mail it to them. It's actually cheaper than the convenience fee. Whatever happened in the days when anything that you do with a credit card is picked up by the merchant, right? Now everyone charges you the fee, so the merchants are getting it back. I remember, I worked in retail for a long time, 8 years with my dad, and then of course 8 years with my own photography school, and we collected credit cards and stuff, but we paid for the fee. Yeah, I remember way back when we had our stereo store, the fee for American Express was like 8%. We paid that. That's unbelievable how much money they took away from us for that. Wish we had a convenience fee for that. We would always ask people if you can do it with a MasterCard or a Visa, we'd appreciate it. Because I think at that time our fee was like maybe 3%, something like that. I don't know what it is now. It's different for different cards, but and a lot of people would say, okay, they understood. I mean, as an independent store, having the credit card hit you that hard for American Express, they try to help you out. So, all right, sit tight. I'm gonna have more things to tell you after I come back after dropping off this mail. Okay, I'm back. And it sounds like the heater is kicking in even louder. Sorry about that. I was talking to a gentleman as I was holding the door for him for the post office. We were talking about the upcoming snow on Wednesday. Yeah, they said we were going to get 4 to 6 inches of snow on Wednesday. He goes, yeah, well, that's not the only day. He says Saturday we're supposed to be getting a lot of snow as well. Well, I thought we dodged a bullet there, and maybe this year we wouldn't have so much snow, but it doesn't sound like it. Sounds like it's coming our way. So, yeah. And then another e-bike company who I've worked with before in the past has told me they have a new model they want me to take on. So yet another bike will be coming in. I don't know when it'll show up. We're still talking about it, and I'm still trying to pick colors for the bike and everything like that. When I pick colors for the bike, I look at it two different ways. All right, first off, I want the bike to look good, and something that maybe I don't have currently as far as colors are concerned, or maybe never had one before. But then I also look at it too that I know that I don't keep all these bikes. Eventually, I do end up selling them off as new models eventually come in, and I have to look at the possibility of what colors would be most possible to be sold, right? I mean, if you pick a color that nobody's gonna like, you're gonna have a hard time selling that bike off, when the time comes for you to move it on. So, so usually what I do is I'll ask Mrs. Wright and say, well, what do you think? What color do you think? And she'll put her 2 cents in, but she ultimately says it's up to you on what you think you would like, and then what you think would sell faster. The worst thing is you pick a color that nobody wants. Bike's perfectly fine, but then nobody likes the color. That would be bad. Oh, there's a guy on an e-bike on the opposite side of the lane. Let me see what he's riding. I see his light flashing. All right, hold on here. Let's see. He's got a cargo bike. I think that might have been a rad cargo bike, but I'm not positive of that. It was a light blue. Didn't look like the electric unless no, I don't think it looked like electric. It wasn't long enough. Yeah, I have the electric Expedition 2.0 cargo bike, which I still haven't taken out yet. It's just too cold. I'm not going out until the weather's a little bit better. So, yeah, it was the same color as that, kind of a light blue. Anyway, so I got to go to Costco, got to get gas, got to get a pizza, and then I was debating what I was going to get for things to eat for the week. I got to get some chicken or something. I'm totally out of food again. I had gotten the pork shoulder, also known as pork butt. I usually call it a pork butt. Some people don't like calling it that, but yeah, pork butt is the pork shoulder. Well, generally speaking. So, but this one had a bone in there, right? So when everything was done, I weighed the bone. I wanted to find out how much weight does the bone add to the whole thing, and it was 8.8 ounces, so about a half a pound. Yeah, so at $1.99 a pound, the bone added an extra $1 to the cost. Yeah, but really, I was okay to pay that only because usually they sell you 2 of those big things as one packet, and that's just too much for me to handle. I don't like to freeze the pork butts, and having 2 of them out at the same time, I'd never get through them all, through all of that, before it starts going bad. So yeah, I would rather have paid the extra $1 for that bone and not have to be forced to buy 2 of those things and weight and size, So sometimes you got to make that decision. Quantity usually drives pricing down, but I didn't need that much quantity. It's a little too much. So I had that pork shoulder for the whole week. Yeah, that was my replacement meat for the week, compared to like chicken. So I got 2 choices. I got to find someone who's selling chicken this week, or sometime between now and the next day, I will need to maybe even get back another Costco rotisserie chicken. I don't really want to do that at this point. So anyway, on Wednesday when it's going to snow, I don't know what time it's going to snow. On Wednesday, I'm supposed to be going in for my second CT scan, right? It should be actually considered a second and a third because once they give me that iodine thing through the IV, first they're going to take an image before I get it, and then they'll take an image after I get it. That's my understanding how it's done. And CT scan is a lot of radiation because it's not just like a one quick shot of X-ray, right? It's a lot because the machine moves and continually scans and it continually takes X-ray. So you're bombarded with a lot of X-ray at one shot. So, doing lots of CT scans is not actually good for you because you're exposed to a lot of radiation. But, what other option do you have, if you want to find out if that kidney stone's gone or not? Yeah, I've been hit with X-rays quite a bit. My knees have been X-rayed many times. My hips has been X-rayed a couple of times. Of course, you get X-rays for your teeth every year. I don't think she does it every 6 months, but once a year, they do your teeth, everything. Man, they're gonna kill us off with all the X-rays. If you don't die from something else, you die from all the X-rays. It's unbelievable. So anyway, yeah, you might notice this is a little different route. That's because we had to do the post office first, right? Oh, let me mention something too. Somebody had asked whether I should just contact some of these companies who offered me review samples on the Russ is Right channel and let them know that you're going to move over to the More from Russ channel with the product, see if they would be willing to let you do it. Conceptually, it sounds good, but realistically, no, they won't let you do that because they're looking in terms of how many people are watching the videos. And obviously, the Russ is Right channel has a lot more viewers per video compared to the More from Russ channel does. So, I mean, you could ask. It doesn't hurt to ask, but realistically, very hard to do. I've also found too, like I mentioned before, that some of these review products, they'll try to entice you to do the video for them by offering you affiliate money if somebody buys one. But there's been products where I've done it and I've never received payment ever. Yeah, so all you're going to get really is the review sample in exchange for the video, which is not a real bad deal considering the review samples are, probably $100, $200 items. Let this, that was a fire truck going past on the opposite direction. So you at least you get that, but yeah, as far as any additional payment for if somebody orders something from you, yeah, we don't seem to get those. They just don't show up, even though you know it's sold. They'll tell you it's sold, and then you never see any payment from it. So, yep, that's how it happens, But that is it worth doing? I don't know. I mean, theoretically, it's the same amount of effort sometimes to do those videos that it is to do a $2,000 e-bike video, depending on the type of product that you're trying to show. If you do a really quick review, like a 5-minute review or a 5-10-minute review, then it's not so bad, But sometimes I go a little bit deeper than that, as you know. And so you kind of look at that and go, well, was that worth my time versus I could have done an e-bike? And people said, why don't you just take some more of the extra e-bikes? And I've mentioned before in my other channel that I won't take a product if I don't think it has any potential or, could be possibly not as safe. So, some of the bikes that are offered, I've never heard of these things. The batteries, I don't know how good their batteries are. So I don't want to be recommending products that, I have no idea if it's good or bad. A lot of the products that I do on the Russ is Right channel, the e-bikes, are bikes that people have heard of before, or at least I've helped people hear of before because I'm still working with those companies. They have a better reputation. They have better potential batteries and things like that. Maybe even a little safer. So yeah, I won't take products that I don't think are good, or I don't think we can possibly trust. I mean, you could do it and just give them a bad review. That's possible. I've actually had 2 products that came in, and the products weren't that good. Yeah, they really weren't. I was hoping they would be. It looked like it might be nice. And then after reviewing it myself and deciding, is this a good thing to do or not, I'll usually contact the company and say, look, the review is going to come out pretty bad for you. So do you want me to still do the video or not? And at least in those 2 other instances, they said, don't do it. Because they know it's going to hurt them more than it'll help them. And I've always felt that it wasn't fair to rip them apart, considering they tried to send you something helping their company and the like. So I just simply won't review it and won't put it on the channel. So I don't want to do that with e-bikes too, where you have to kind of rip apart some e-bike and tell how bad it is and everything. I mean, it's a lot of money that they send you. Some people say, well, it's not that much to them, but it still is hundreds of dollars, right? Even if it costs them $0, they have shipping. I mean, you have to look at things like that, and I don't think it's fair for a company to rip a company's product apart like that, So, anyways, I'm here at Costco. I'm gonna get gas first, and then I'll go inside and do my thing. All right, thanks for keeping me company. I'll talk to you guys next time. Okay, I'm back. I went to Costco, and I walked all the way to the back of Costco because that's where all the food things are, and I wanted to see what the price of eggs were. So I went into the dairy section. It's a walk-in type section. Yeah, no eggs, all gone. So far, the lowest price we've seen for eggs in this area is at Aldi. Yeah, took me a while to remember the name of the store. Aldi. When was it? Yesterday, and I think they had it for like $4.87, something like that, for a dozen. Large, not extra large, just regular large. So yeah, that's the lowest price. What are eggs selling for in your area? I'm just curious across the country. Put a comment below. Let me know. Yeah, what are eggs going for in your area? I mean, it's going up, that's for sure. Part of me keeps saying you should just go in there and get 1 dozen eggs in case you need it for something. You know, if you're making something, you need eggs to make it. I mean, right now I think we have 6 eggs in our refrigerator, and then we are out. But we don't go through that many eggs. We really don't. Very little, actually. You know, when eggs are cheaper, we might go through them more. But eggs are like gold right now. You only want to use it when you have to use it at this point. Should we buy another 12 eggs as a just in case? Because it's bound to go up again. Yeah. Anyway, that's basically it. I just wanted to at least fill you in on that one little detail. So, I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for hanging around for the final bonus. Talk to you later.